Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Roy Cannaday.
And today we're taking a look at the newest Summoner for Summoner Wars. I think this, I don't know what number they are.
We have reviewed a lot of Summoner Wars.
17 and 18 or something like that. There's a lot out there right now. And these are two very different packs. So Roy's going to show you how they work. But before he does, I want to talk real briefly about the Deepwood Groaks pack, because that comes with 2 upgrade cards.
Okay, yeah.
For previous summoners, the Phoenix Elves and the Fungal Dwarves. So I just want to point this out because if for some reason you want these upgrade cards, that's the pack you need to buy. I don't know how I feel about that, by the way. I mean, it's cool that they're updating them, and I never thought that either one was unbalanced or anything, but, you know, for play. But I don't know that I love having to go hunt down this pack to get them. It's kind of weird. But
I play the game so casually that it doesn't matter to me too much. And it's like, okay, I got the pack. Well, I guess I'll exchange these out because Plaid Hat says they need to be balanced. So I'm sure if people are in tournament play, that might matter a lot more to them, where they're like, oh man, this one character's crushing, or this character's never getting picked because it's not crushing. I'm sure that's kind of the case.
Sure. So just keep that in mind. All right, here's how the packs work.
All right, let's take a look at the Deepwood Groaks and the Forged here for Summoner Wars. So first we'll take a look at the Groaks here with their Summoner. They have 12 hit points. They have a ranged attack with 4 here. They have the ability Momentum. Once per turn after this unit attacks an enemy unit, boost this unit. So they're getting all these boost tokens when they do attacks. And then Arcane Brew. Once per turn, during your turn, this unit may target a friendly unit within 3 spaces. Move any number of boost tokens. Move any of numbers from the target to this unit or from this unit to the target. So they're all about swapping around the boost tokens and changing them to the unit that you want. So that is our Summoner. Then we're going to take a look at the champion units here. 5 summoning cost, 7 hit points, 3 melee combat, and then their ability here, after this unit attacks and destroys an enemy unit, you may retrieve a potion event from your discard pile, reveal it, and add it to your hand. These frogs are all about some potions, so we'll see how those cards work as well. Then we have another champion here. This is 4 summoning costs, 6 hit points, Blood Bond. After this unit attacks an enemy unit, add a boost from your summoner equal to the number of the special ability symbol rolled. And then Juiced. This unit has +1 strength for each friendly potion event in play. So if you're able to get a bunch of those potions spammed out, this guy can be super strong and keep those potions in play. Then we have another champion here. 3 summoning costs, then 5 hit points, Arcane Cry. After a friendly unit within 3 spaces of this unit is destroyed, add a boost equal to this unit to the number of boosts that was on the destroyed unit. So if your guys with a bunch of boost tokens die, they get to go all over here, and this is 3 attack with ranged as well. Let's take a look at the common units. This is the Bloom Mystic. Cost 1 summoning cost, 2 hit points, 3 range attacks. That's awesome. And then after this unit attacks an enemy unit, it may boost a friendly active event or friendly unit within 3 spaces, which is hard to show how the synergy in this works, but it's really all about throwing those boost tokens on potions to keep them in play even longer, which I'm excited to get to the potions here at the end of this. And then you have a bunch of those. Looks like 5 of those. And then you have Bloom Warrior. This is 2 summoning cost, 4 hit points. Well prepared. After summoning this unit, add 2 boost tokens to it. So it just starts with some boost tokens on it, which is awesome. This unit has +1 strength for each boost token up to it to a maximum of 5. So even though it looks like it starts with 1 strength, it technically, with the 2 boost tokens on it, starts with 3 strength. And as you're moving those boost tokens around, it can get even stronger. This is one of my favorite units in this deck just because of how strong it can get, getting its attack like up to 6, which is pretty crazy. And then the Mind Warden here. They cost 2, 5 hit points, 2 melee attack. After this unit or a friendly unit within 2 spaces is attacked and damaged by an enemy unit, boost this unit. So as people are getting damaged, more boost tokens coming into play. And then Protect. When an adjacent enemy attacks a target, the target of attack must be this unit with the Protect ability. So basically making it so you have to fight them instead of fighting other people and getting boost tokens when they don't do that. So there you go. And then the Sightless Seer, this is 1 summoning cost, 3 hit points, 2 melee attack. After summoning this unit, add 2 boost tokens to it again because it's also well prepared. And then a Psychic Strike here. This unit may attack common units within a number of spaces equal to the number of boost tokens it has on it to a maximum of 5 spaces away. So being able to do range attacks for really long distances based on the boost tokens that it has on it, even though it is melee as well. So it's actually better than range because melee hits more easily than range does. So you get a bunch of the Sightless Seers. And then we have all of the potions, which is the crux of this, or the croaks of this. Poison Potion. This costs 1 to come out. Move up to 5 boost tokens from friendly units to this card. So as you're building up your boost tokens on all of your other cards, this will allow this card to stay in play. After an enemy moves, remove 1 boost token from this card. If you're able, you do 1 damage to that enemy. So even just having your enemies move, you can do damage to them. Do not discard this card at the start of your turn if boosted. So these can just stay in play and trigger when you need them to trigger. You get a couple of the Poison Potion. The Strong Potion does the same thing with the boost tokens, but it costs 0 to play. Before a friendly unit attacks, you may remove 1 boost token to it to add 1 strength to the attack, and it has the same condition of not discarding if it has boost tokens on it. And then Swift Potion here. After a friendly unit moves or attacks, you may remove 1 boost token from this card to force it 1 space, so allowing you to move even further. So that's cool there. And then the Wither Potion. Before an enemy unit attacks, remove 1 boost token from this card. If you do, that unit has -1 strength during the attack, so making your opponent have even less attacks. And then, of course, you have all of the standard gates, 1 with 10 that you start with, and then 5s that you can put out. So yeah, you can see how they have all sorts of different potions, allowing them to have all these different boost tokens and kind of change up the strength of their units. So that is the Groaks. The next one here is the Inventor. The Inventor has 10 hit points, has 3 melee range, and he is a master builder. You may build structures diagonal to this unit. So normally you can only build it adjacent. He'll be able to go a diagonal with them as well. And then Forged in Flames. After building a structure adjacent or diagonal to this unit, add 1 damage to each enemy card adjacent to that structure. So you can throw a structure in front of you, and then if there's an enemy right there, you get to do damage to them. So he's throwing these things down and wrecking people while he does it. And then we'll take a look at the champions here. This is the Titan. It is 3 summoning cost, 6 hit points, 2 attack, melee that is, and then Heavy Mobile. This card may not move. After it moves, add 1 damage to it. Or this card may move, so it's a structure that can actually move, but it'll get damaged if it actually moves. Then it has Relocate. After this unit moves, it may target a friendly adjacent structure. Place the target structure adjacent to this unit. So kind of like moving around a bunch of your different structures, which can be huge. Hellmaw. This card may move, so it's another structure that can actually move. After it moves, add 1 damage to it, so it also gets hurt when it moves. And then Smelt Down. After this unit attacks an enemy card, it may target a friendly structure within 3 spaces. Place a target on the bottom of its owner's draw pile. So you can basically melt down different structures. So, and then Sprocket. This is a 5 summoning cost, 7 hit points, 3 attack. Heavy Mobile. This card may move. After it moves, deal 1 damage to it. So you see a thing here where all these structures can move around, but if they do, they're going to hurt themselves in the process. Then also Turbo. Once per turn during your build phase, you may force this unit up 1 to 3 spaces. So instead of doing the normal move, you can end up forcing it, so that way it doesn't end up taking the same kind of damage. Then Sentry Cog here. This is a 1 summoning common unit, 3 hit points, 2 range attacks. Preemptive Fire. At the start of your opponent's attack phase, add 1 damage to each enemy unit within 3 clear straight spaces of this unit. So basically, it's just automatically going to attack your opponent on their attack phase, which is awesome. Basically, a auto shooting turret there for you. They can just make a line of that just blast your opponent away. So you get a ton of those. You get 4 of those in the deck. Then Blast Forge Cog. This is 2 summoning, 3 melee. Also heavy, so after it moves, it may move and will take a damage. Shockwave. After this unit attacks and destroys a card, add 1 damage to each other card that was adjacent to the destroyed card. So basically, blasting people as you wreck them, which makes sense because he's a Blast Forge Cog. And then we have the Mag Cog here. This 1 summoning cost, 2 hit points, 2 range attack. This has Attract. Once per turn during your attack phase, This unit may target a friendly structure within 2 spaces. Place this unit adjacent to the target. So basically, it can basically move over to your other structures, basically fly over there. So that's pretty cool, allowing you to have some magnetic attraction with your little cog there. And you get a bunch of those guys. And then we have the Ember Cog here, 2 summoning cost, 5 hit points, 2 attack, heavy mobile. This card may move. After it moves, add 1 damage to it. Reach. This unit may attack cards that are diagonal up to 2 clear straight spaces away. So it's kind of cool that this faction has a bunch of diagonal stuff they can attack, because normally you don't get to do that in Summoner War. So it's cool to see something different that these guys can do that normally you can't do with other guys. So you get 3, 4, 5 Ember Cogs. And then we have the events here for the Inventor. The first one here is a workshop. This says friendly adjacent summoners and structure units have +1 strength, which is cool because that's everything in the deck, because the Inventor is the summoner and all the rest of these guys are structures. So that gives everybody +1 strength if they're adjacent to it, and this thing has 3 hit points. And then modular upgrade. Place this card under a friendly structure. It has this ability. Reconfigure. Once per turn during your attack phase, this card may exchange places with a friendly adjacent structure. So being able to put this modular upgrade to be able to make them kind of, it's not teleporting around, but they swap spaces with people, can make it so that multiple people can like attack the same person, which in weird ways, which is really cool. So you get a couple of those. Then coolant upgrade, place this card under friendly structure. It has +1 life and this ability. Prevention, when damage would be added to this card during your turn, instead ignore that damage. So basically this makes it so that whenever you move, when you would take damage by yourself, you're going to be able to move without taking that damage, so allowing your units to be more mobile than they would normally be. And then you have a couple barricades in here. This is basically very similar to your walls, but says this structure can be built during your attack phase. So the cool thing about that is, like, you move up, you shoot somebody, or if you have somebody with range, and then you put the barricade in front, so it's like, okay, now you can't get to me, you know, that sort of thing. Especially if you force to move things around. And then you have all of your normal gates that you have in the game, and that is the Inventor deck. Let's take a look at what me and Tom think.
These are very different packs, and it's always funny because whenever the 2 new factions come out, we always mess with them against each other.
Yeah, we both, normally the way it is we'll open them up, we'll look at them, and we'll kind of like in our own heads be like, oh, this is the one I want to try first. That's the one I want to try first, you know, that sort of thing.
That being said, for me, these are 2 of my favorite packs for very different reasons. I also want to say that when we talk about these packs, if I could put green, yellow, red on them, like red is for advanced, I think these would both be red.
Oh yeah, for advanced, yeah.
Maybe Forge would be yellow, but the Deepwood Groaks are very complex.
I don't know. I think the Forge are complex too, just because that whole like holding back and being defensive. I mean, they make you play the game in different ways, which I think actually is great, but it does take a little bit more to wrap your head around for them.
Yeah, so I mean, let's talk. Okay, so Forged first, they're a bunch of structures. Mm-hmm. A lot of structures. I've never played a deck before where I wanted to deck build so much.
Yeah.
When I was playing Roy, I was looking through all the other summoners. Like, I want to put some ice golems in here because they have so many things about. I mean, that's what they are. Mm-hmm. It's all structures.
It's interesting because a lot of these structures that are in here can't really move, and if they do move, they end up taking damage, but then there are cards that can make them move like crazy in weird ways that normally units can't. And it's kind of interesting to have that juxtaposition of like, okay, I'm going to put these guys out, they're kind of stuck where they are, but now I have this card in play that now they're swapping spots like every round.
That swapping
and
stuff
I was
is
just
so
like,
fun.
It was like bending my brain of like, wait, you can attack with this character, swap, and then attack with that character on the same character. It just makes you play the game in a very different way.
You have to play against these guys very offensively. If you sit around, they will blow you apart. But and then you'll have nothing left.
They also want you to play offensively against them and run into all of their turrets and all that stuff. Like when you're playing them, you're playing a tower defense game on your side. It's like tower defense, set up all my turrets, set up all my stuff, and watch the wave of zombies come in.
Yeah, I know, but if you just sit there and do nothing,
they're going to build up even more, right?
They will just destroy you. So I like them a lot. I mean, I wasn't expecting to. I was like, structures, that don't move, big deal. But the way that they switch with each other and move around is really fun. Mm-hmm. Although it's nothing compared to these. When I said the green, yellow, red, I think this might be the most complex faction in the game.
You think it's that bad? It is.
No,
it is very
again, not
interesting.
bad. It's fun, but they have the biggest glass cannons you'll ever see,
Gotcha.
where you are loading someone up and hitting really hard with a common.
Oh yeah, I mean
You just walk in and wail.
they're all about boost tokens, boost tokens, boost tokens, and using those boost tokens in different ways. But they also have tons of like potion events where you're ripping all of those boost tokens off of your characters and putting them onto these potions that can just upgrade your characters even more. I love the fact that so many of the guys are like, hey, if they have a boost token, they can move extra, or hey, they can do extra damage and stuff like that. But then you're like, okay, that guy's about to die. Let's put all that over on a potion, and now that potion is giving strength to all these other people. Like it's minimizing the attack of your opponents, or making you hit even harder, or making you be able to move even further. It's just cool how versatile they are, but you're not wrong about the fact of like there's a lot to wrap your head around to be able to figure out how to make all that stuff work for you.
And even though you have all these guys, they die easily.
Yeah.
So they're going to hit really hard, but it's easy for you to pop them off the board. So you have to, I just think knowing how to flow the boost tokens is something new to the second edition of Summoner Wars. And it's a lot of factions barely use it, if at all. This one, that's all they use.
Yeah.
So again, this is another one I'd be interested to mess with deck building wise, just to see if I could stick a couple other things in there. But I wouldn't mess with it too much because this faction feels very much in tune with itself. For me, I'd give both of these. Honestly, I think I'd give them both 10s. I mean, I like these factions that much. Yeah.
You go.
I give the base game a 10. These are two of my favorite factions.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm going to. I think I'm going to give the Deepwood Groaks a 9.5, and I'm going to give the Forged an 8.5. I know it's weird to be like, oh, 0.5s. The Forged, I think, are an amazing faction. They're just not the playstyle that I do. I am such an assassin when it comes to playing Summoner Wars, and I want to run in there and take out their summoner. And the Forged are more like sit back and like build stuff up, which I think is amazing for the game, but not as much my playstyle. But I think both these factions are really good, and the Deepwood Groaks are kind of almost exactly how I do like to play, where it's just aggressive, build up guys that do tons of strength and damage and try to break through the walls. These are fun to play against each other too.
There you go, folks. That's two more factions for Summoner Wars. If you've never played Summoner Wars, you really got to, because it's really fun. And you can play it with these two and a few, well, you need the base set. But there you go. I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Roy Cannaday.
And protect the Forged.